If you want passive income from real estate but don't want to actually buy the property, these are some of the most popular REITs that investors use to generate cash flow. Hi, I'm Kelsey. I studied finance at Georgetown and built a seven-figure portfolio from investing in the stock market. A lot of people think about real estate investing as meaning buying houses or rental properties. But REITs, which stand for Real Estate Investment Trusts, let you invest in real estate directly through the stock market. REIT companies own income producing properties like apartments, shopping centers, warehouses, hospitals, and data centers. And because REITs are legally required to distribute most of their taxable income back to the shareholders, they're known for paying relatively high dividends. None of this is financial advice. This is just a breakdown of some of the most popular REITs and how they work. First is VNQ, which stands for Vanguard's Real Estate ETF. This is probably one of the most popular broad spectrum REITs because it gives you exposure to many different types of real estate in all-in-one fund. Its holdings include companies involved in apartments, industrial warehouses, shopping centers, self-storage, healthcare properties, and data centers. Some of its largest holdings include Equinix, Public Storage, and Welltower. VNQ currently yields around 4% annually and has a very low expense ratio of 0.13%. A lot of investors use this as a foundation REIT because it's so diversified across real estate sectors. Second is O, which is Realty Income. This one technically isn't an ETF, it's an individual REIT stock, but it's one of the most popular income investments because it pays dividends monthly instead of quarterly. O owns thousands of commercial properties leased to companies like Walgreens, Dollar General, and 7-Eleven. It yields usually 5 to 6%, and many people like it because cash flow tends to be relatively consistent compared to more cyclical real estate sectors. Third is SCHH, which is Schwab's REIT. And this one is similar to VNQ, but slightly more concentrated. And it focuses heavily on like large US REITs that have exposure to sectors like industrial real estate, self-storage, cell towers, and residential housing. It has an expense ratio of only 0.07%, which is part of the reason investors love it, and yields 3 to 4% annually. Last is SRVR, which is Pacer's Data and Infrastructure Real Estate ETF. This one is much more specialized because it focuses on digital infrastructure tied to the technology and AI growth. Instead of traditional real estate, this ETF owns companies involved in data centers, cell towers, fiber networks, and communication infrastructure. Its holdings include companies like Equinix, Digital Reality, and American Tower. And this ETF is interesting because it combines real estate investing with technology infrastructure. It usually has a lower dividend yield than traditional REIT funds, but potentially more long-term growth because it's tied to AI, cloud computing, and internet infrastructure. For me personally, I think REITs are interesting because they create a way to generate passive income while also diversifying outside of a traditional stock. But real estate can be volatile, especially when interest rates rise, so REITs definitely aren't risk-free. And that's why a lot of investors use REITs as just one part of a diversified portfolio instead of putting everything all into one. At the end of the day, passive income isn't really about finding one perfect investment. It's about building enough cash flow and diversification that your money starts working alongside you.